Today on Across the Fence, we'll explore a summer scholars program at the University of Vermont. It's a program that brings incoming freshmen to campus to give them a taste of college before they begin. Hi, I'm Rebecca Gollin. Thanks for joining us. Starting college can be scary for any student. That's why the University of Vermont brings some students to campus during the summer for an introduction to college life. It's called the Summer Enrichment Scholars Program.
We're an 8-acre nursery. It harvests 25,000 trees a year with a staff of 2. So we can't get the work done ourselves without having these volunteer groups come in.
It's a typical day at the Intervale Conservation Nursery in Burlington, where volunteers come in and help out on a regular basis. But the volunteers helping out this day are anything but typical.
I grew up in the city. Being in a field like this is so awesome to me, and I'm like an environmental freak, so it's really, I love it here.
Liza Honorio is from the Bronx. She's about to start her first year at the University of Vermont, and like many incoming freshmen, she doesn't know what to expect. Unlike most freshmen, Honorio is spending her summer getting the hang of things.
Yesterday we went to Jericho Forest to clear out a pathway, and during the night I actually went on a boat with a group of grad students who were sampling.
Honorio and the others here are taking part in UVM's Summer Enrichment Scholars Program, or SESP. It's a free, month-long summer bridge program offered through the university's Alana Student Center.
The Alana Student Center's mission is to support students who identify as Asian, Latino, Native, African American, and bi and multiracial as well, in having an experience at UVM where they thrive and achieve their goals.
Beverly Colston is the director of the Alana Student Center. She oversees a host of programs geared toward providing support and guidance for UVM students of diversity.
We have a sisterhood circle that we do, which is an intergenerational gathering of women of color. So that group includes staff, faculty, students, both grad and undergrad, coming together over a meal and discussing topics. We also have a men of color group. We have a peer mentoring program for our incoming first-year students that are linked with upper class students to just help them navigate that really critical transition year.
A major goal of the Alana Student Center is retention. Put simply, it's relatively easy to recruit a diverse student body to UVM, but once the students get here, they need to like it enough to stay.
UVM wants to be a place that isn't just for any certain set of students for whom access may be easy, who have the money, or whose parents went to college. A program like this understands that. We understand that everyone doesn't get here in the same way.
Before orientation, I didn't feel as comfortable being a minority, but now getting to meet all these people and learning more about the school, I feel a lot more comfortable.
If a student doesn't feel welcome on campus or doesn't know what resources are available to them on campus, it's really difficult for them to find their community and want to stay on campus. So SESP provides all those things.
John Austin wanted to go to college, but wasn't sure how or if it could happen.
And even though I was accepted to UVM, I didn't know if I was going to be able to come. My initial idea was I'm going to do the military. So luckily I got into the SESP program. And I met Bev Colston, who's like a second mother to me, and she was able to help me out. She helped my parents fill out the FAFSA. Even though it was late, it actually helped me go to school.
Austin's military family moved 15 times before settling in Vermont, where he attended high school.
All my friends wanted to go out of state, so I was the lone person who thought if I had any shot getting in anywhere, I'd be able to get into UVM, I might be able to afford it.
Austin spent time as both a peer advisor and a coordinator for SESP before leaving Vermont to pursue a master's in business. After working for a few years, he wanted an opportunity that would allow him to give back to the community through his job. He found that opportunity somewhere very familiar, right here at UVM, where he works for the admissions office, talking to incoming students who are a lot like he was.
And I can relate to the students that I'm working with. I grew up in that family that might not know, the best route to college. I grew up in, a very impoverished situation. I grew up in all these different, eclectic situations that came to make up, who I am. And being able to go down to a school and sit down with a student, and if they have a question about their future or where they want to go, I can sit down and say, you know what, I know exactly what you're talking about. This is what you need to do, A, B, and C, and if you want your parents to talk to me, I can talk to them.
Those who are accepted into SESP live on campus for a month. They take 2 classes, have a work-study job, and volunteer in the community. The group explores campus and takes a number of field trips. The idea is that participating in SESP will prepare the students for the college experience and give them a head start in the fall when their peers join them.
They come from 3 distinct categories of populations. SESP students are low income, or they come from low-income backgrounds. They are first-generation students, and they are students of color. And so each of those 3 populations face some unique challenges.
It was a shock, cultural shock to me, not the Vermont shock, but the shock of meeting other individuals that were totally unlike me.
Varun Gopinath was in SESP in 2010. Coming from a suburb outside Atlanta, he knew things would be different here in Vermont.
And I embraced all of it and totally love Vermont at this point.
Gopinath liked the program so much that he's spending this summer working as a peer advisor.
SESP really connected me to UVM, and not just UVM, but the surrounding community. I started volunteering at Fletcher Allen that summer to get some medical experience and being in the hospital. I talked to literally a lot of organizations and clubs while I was here at UVM and started to dig my feet into I don't know what would be my foundation, and has started to transform into what I am now. I don't know, SESP really gave me that grounding and that foundation to bounce off of.
Drinks.
Gopinath says that one of the first and most lasting skills he picked up was communication.
They were coming from the Bronx, other inner city areas like DC, LA. There was also other people that were coming from suburbs, and it was really that mixture of culture that was really cool.
Coming from Florida and then coming to the cold in Vermont, it's going to be hard. It's going to be definitely a hard transition.
Aliette Acevedo was born in the Dominican Republic and moved with her family to Florida. Like many of her peers, she was drawn by Vermont's natural beauty.
The green and the architectural structure of the entire scenery, it's amazing, so love it.
Acevedo recently went on her first camping trip.
That was exciting. That was definitely something I hadn't done before, especially in the river, I could not feel my extremities whatsoever. That was just, whoa. And I can't wait for the fall. I've been told about it, and it certainly sounds amazing.
Is very much a part of the UVM culture, it's going out into the outdoors, right? And so that becomes a piece of cultural capital that the students are lacking when they come here. When so many of their peers are spending their weekends just leaving campus, right? And they have expensive equipment that they're using, they're hiking with or camping with, and participating in all these outdoor sports. So during SESP, we expose them to that. We bring them camping, and we show them different attractions in the area that get them to feel more comfortable and know where they can get resources. If they want to pick up a bike, they know where they can go and rent one for the day.
I treated it like I was going to a foreign country, and I decided I'm going to see what the locals do. And so I got out into the woods and I ate maple syrup for the first time.
Fowler, who participated in SESP in 2004, wasn't sure about starting her college career so soon after graduating high school. All of her friends were having one last summer together while she headed to campus. In retrospect, she appreciates the opportunity she got.
Being able to take a couple of classes and just dabble in what's college coursework like, and being able to get a job on campus and learning a little bit about how you can manage your work, plus your homework and your social life.
Fowler stayed involved, eventually serving on the advisory board for the program. Like many SESP students, she participated widely in the UVM community. Knowing that she could come back to the Alana Student Center anytime for support was key.
It's just such a warm, loving community, and I think for a lot of people of color, we come from backgrounds where family and community and food are such big priorities, and so having lots of ways to make sure that that was still happening was quite important. Hi there, I'm Ashley Michelle.
Hi, I'm Kaylin.
Pleasure to meet you, Kaylin. Here, have a seat.
Thank you.
So what brings you in today?
I just wanted to come in.
Fowler's experience in SESP continued to make an impression as she began to think about her future, a decision that led her to become a career counselor at UVM. where she helps current students plan their own future. She says she's still benefiting from the relationships that began that first summer at UVM.
And it really is important to use those action verbs as you're trying to market your experience. At the time, I certainly did not imagine a career in higher education, and I didn't even know what that was. But as I progressed and realized that this is the direction I wanted to be going in, having all these wonderful resources that I've known since I'm 18 years old to help kind of shape me and cultivate me into the professional that I am today really started with the SESP program.
I wanted to get a feel of the campus before I started school in the fall and try some classes and get to know people.
Pull straight up, it'll come right
Alejandro Guzman, who has dual citizenship between the U.S. and El Salvador, says that he's enjoyed meeting new people and having the opportunity to explore the area. The study skills that he's picked up in class will be especially helpful.
My answer teacher has really showed me a lot about, I've learned a lot of techniques from him about how to succeed. So I think that that'll definitely help me when the year starts.
Not one of them is ever alike.
Jenny Grosvenor teaches English 1, one of the summer classes that SESP students can choose from.
Yeah, I want you to get as much done as you can on these explorations.
They bring with them such a rich source of knowledge and wisdom, of real-life experiences.
Some of those real-life experiences can further alienate these students from their peers. Grosvenor remembers a former student who later became a writing tutor for SESP.
She wrote a lot about her life in a very, very violent and hardcore area of Washington, D.C., for example. And one of her essays was about her friend being shot and killed right before her very eyes. So, you know, these are the kind of experiences that they're bringing to the classroom.
Most SESP students don't come from a violent inner city, but some do. And the diversity of their backgrounds and interest in their future success always makes for an interesting and energetic group of students.
I think what's really wonderful about the program is it makes college familiar.
Corbett Torrance's summer anthropology class is another option for the students.
The program just eliminates all the kind of mysteries and really gives students an excellent foundation from time management, work skills, study skills, course expectations.
Getting a sense of what classes will be like while getting some credits under their belt gives the students a boost of confidence in the fall.
Like being compacted into a strict schedule every week, it makes me try to reorganize my study schedule in order to do well in school. So I'm going to take that aspect and do it in the fall because it's been hard studying and stuff and keeping focus on your social life and everything else going on.
The classes were huge when I was coming in. It let me see that I can actually do the classes. I had this concept in my head that now that I was done with high school, everything was going to be an A+. So for those first 2 classes, that was definitely the case. I went and I sat down with the professors. I got the highest grade possible in each class, and by the time I was done, I felt great about myself and where I was.
Austin says that besides gaining confidence about his academic career, he was able to start UVM with a network of friends and a sense of community.
One of the most rewarding things with the SESP program is the growth of the students. I mean, you just see these students blossom. It's a short program, but you watch this, it's like time-lapse photography just instantly blossoming. And the enthusiasm that they take out of the course and their excitement about starting the semester afterwards because they know they're prepared now.
So when I come in the fall, I'll know the campus better and I'll know people so I can get support and I can manage better.
I am already planning to join Sisterhood Circle. I'm planning to join SGA. I don't know which part of SGA, but I'm definitely doing tennis and jazz.
Even though they are a small number compared to UVM's overall population, SESP is consistently well represented in the Student Government Association and other student groups.
It's a win-win for the entire community that our students are here and feeling that they belong and impacting who we all are here.
Not as a rule.
A unique introduction to UVM for some unique students. The Summer Enrichment Scholars Program opens minds and doors.
Did you like it? It's the start of my life. I'm happy.
For more information on the Alana Student Center and the Summer Enrichment Scholars Program, check the website on the screen. That's our program for today. I'm Rebecca Gallen. Thanks for joining us.
For a video copy of today's program, call toll-free 1-888-ATF-3430. Across the Fence is brought to you as a public service by University of Vermont Extension and WCAX-TV.